is Football 101, and I am the Beetle, and this is show number 13. Show number 13, and this show is called Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP. That's right, I'm calling it Mr. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP. That's right. This is Football 101, and we are off to a great start. This is the beginning of the first weekend of the NFL, and last night, the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears kicked off the NFL season. That's right, on NBC. But anyway, I just want to, this show is about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm calling it right now, Mr. MVP. Okay? By the way, I want to thank again all our listeners out there really supporting us from the very start, and we're just so excited about the football season beginning, NFL, college, high school football, and yeah, we're going to be talking about college real soon again. Hint. But this show number 13, that's right, show number 13, you can tell I just love football. I got to talk about football. I got to be football. It's all about football. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it's so exciting. I want to thank all our sponsors. I want to thank Apple Podcasts, iTunes for, again, helping us out, getting the message out there, Apple Podcasts. I want to thank Podbean, of course, our platform on Podbean. Thank you so much, and the Podbean listeners. I want to thank Spotify. I want to thank YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. And so we're trying to get out there as many platforms as possible, and particularly all our connections here and there across the country. Really want to thank our listeners. Please share our podcast because this is real football talk from a real football player. That's right. Yeah, I suited up back in the day. Still wanting to suit it up, but, you know, at this age, 61, hello, I can't do it. But during my workouts, I believe I can do it. Yeah, I still work out. I still do my football workouts every week as a defensive back. So I got that mentality, okay? Please excuse me. I got that mentality. And let me just say what I saw last night, Thursday night, kicking off the NFL season. And you can tell that most of the veteran players really do not like to play preseason. And Aaron Rodgers did not play preseason. And you could tell he didn't play preseason because he was rusty the first part of the game. You could just tell he was off and he was mad at himself. And the game, let me just say this. It was a classic game. Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. And again, it's just something about that NFC rivalry that brings out a lot of angst, classic NFL football, way back in the day, and I was, again, back in the day, I was a big Chicago Bears fan. I love Chicago. Matter of fact, I wanted to live in Chicago at one time. Just love the city. A quick shout out to Chicago Bears. Quick shout out to the history with the Bears and the Packers, of course. Lombardi, the championships with the Green Bay Packers back in the day. Yes, I remember them well as in the 60s, really in the 60s and early 70s, but primarily the 60s. And big Packers fan when they first, when I became more aware of them as a kid. And then eventually gravitated to Chicago Bears with my boy Walter Payton. Hint, my boy Sweetness Dag. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. And then the Bears defense, oh man, they were just devastating during the 80s. And it was nice to see Michael Singletary, some of his clips, and the Bear defense, man, just phenomenal. Dave Durson, hello, safety, and Fensick, Plank, my boys, the hitters, the defensive backs. But anyway, and during the game, pregame, the Bears brought out Jim McMahon, the former quarterback of the Chicago Bears, who went to the Super Bowl, did all the antics. Jim McMahon, he still looks great. He looks like he's ready to suit up. So again, Chicago did a great job. I saw the pregame activities. I saw the concert. All the people down at downtown during in the ideal place. It's a beautiful, beautiful night around Soldier Stadium. The waterfall, their big place. Matter of fact, I visit Chicago so many times. I feel very comfortable in knowing the play. I actually walked downtown so many times, just getting from point A to point B after taking the not the shuttle, but the transportation downtown. I just love Chicago. It just has an air of a big time city, and yet it's has an aura. It's the golden mile along the way, and I just love Chicago. I just a big Chicago fans. However, there's always a however with the Beetle. However, with all the history and it was nice to see Miss Hallis, the owner of the Chicago Bears, give the intro and talk about the history, her family, her great grandsons, great grandsons, right there, great grandson, I think it was great, and her family, entire family. She's a stalwart of the NFL, and her husband, and the legacy there. Great kickoff, and unfortunately when the game started for the Chicago Bears with Mike Trubisky and the offense, they only scored 3 points. They lost. The Chicago Bears lost to the Packers 10-3. Wow, 10-3 in Chicago, with everything going right for the Bears. Young quarterback Trubisky, I really like him. He's from North Carolina. I just think he needs to settle down. I think he needs he needs to get up to speed real fast, because this is his third year, and he has a lot of weapons, on offense, and they just really got to put things in overdrive for them, because this is really the year they're expecting to go to the Super Bowl. In Chicago, the Bears, they're expecting to go to the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust in Chicago. Yes, it's Super Bowl or bust for the Bears. And why? Because they have a great Bear defense. Come on now. They really do have an outstanding defense. Yes, and they just need that extra a little push. And when you have Khalil Mack, when you have such outstanding defensive linemen, and such as I'm just making sure I get his name straight, Eddie Goldman, nose tackle, Akeem Hicks, and Nichols. And when you got an outstanding defense, and let me just say, Prince Amukamura, I really like the guy, defensive back, but he always gets torched. I was a big fan of Prince Amukamura when he was with the New York Giants. Now he's with the Bears. Wow. But let me just get this. On offense, the Bears picked up my boy Cordell Patterson, wide receiver, former Patriot, and former couple of other teams. But Cordell Patterson will bring the speed there. But anyway, the Bears offense was pathetic. All the tools, all the weapons, and they even have, let me just say this, my boy Tarek Cohen from North Carolina A&T. The man he's a missile. He's one of the fastest missiles in the NFL. So Tariq, he's phenomenal. When you have weapons like that, you gotta You got to get some points. You got to make some points. And the biggest thing last year was their big kicker issue, which missed in the playoffs. And so they spent all year trying to find a kicker, and they finally got a kicker, and he made the kick. Got a big cheer. I guess that was the biggest thing for the Bears. The Bears! But the Bears got to get over themselves. And they forgot who they were playing. Now I'm getting to the main issue. They forgot who they were playing. And they are playing Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP. I'm calling it right now. Aaron Rodgers was rusty last night, but with the mystique, the aura, the confidence, the low-key attitude of Aaron Rodgers, he brings it in clutch time. He knows now, with a new head coach, of Matt LaFleur, he has a defense. Did you see that defense? They're flying around. They're faster. They are shaking it up. They're not stagnant. They're not old. They're not predictable. With this defense, and it's going to improve. With this defense, now Aaron Rodgers has a chance, a big-time chance, to get to the Super Bowl. But right now, I'm predicting him to win the NFC, to be in the NFC Championship game. I'm predicting that right now. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers will be in the NFC Championship game. Mark it! That's right. The Beatles already said Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers with that defense. And you know I love defense. Defenses wins championships. Hello. It's not the offense. You can have the most powerful offense, but it really comes down to defense. They have, and the guys were so young, they have new players. I was not even familiar with all their players. Ladarius Smith, linebacker, picked him up. Their defensive backs played outstanding. Alexander played outstanding. Savage played outstanding. By the way, he's a phenomenal rookie. Really like him. Williams, senior, played outstanding. Again, they got rid of Clay Matthews, my boy. They got rid of several key losses, yet they stepped it up big time. And my gosh, got rid of Nick Perry. Again, their defense got slow real fast in the past several years. And so they completely changed the personnel. And wow, they look good. They look real good. So I'm saying Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Clutch, and he has Jimmy Graham tight end to throw to. That's a given. He's going to get plenty of TDs. Fantasy world, yeah, fantasy players. Mark down Jimmy Graham. He's going to have lots of TDs. Too bad I didn't pick him. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers got the swag. Aaron Rodgers, and this is, I think it's going to be his year. Because we've kind of written him off because of he's been getting sacked all the time, continuously. And now they have a good offensive line. I think he'll be fairly okay. But again, not Antonio, but Aaron Rodgers, he's got that magic. We know that. Now he has that defense. That special defense. That's going to clamp down on everybody. So Aaron Rodgers will not have to, what I'm basically saying, Aaron Rodgers will not have to carry this team as much. That's all you really want as a superstar quarterback. He knows he has to get himself up to another level. I saw the frustration in Aaron Rodgers' eyes when he's like, well, dang, I missed that? Whoa. What happened? I'm getting sacked at the first quarter? I'm not hitting my marks? And then once he started to create his magic, get space, he's able to see down the field and make the connections. And he knows now he doesn't have to score a lot of points. He's going to feel much more comfortable playing this year. Because he just went against one of the top level defenses, obviously, in the NFC. The Chicago Bears. They're no slouch. They're a top level defense. And yet, Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP, took it to the Bears in Chicago. And this seems to happen to Chicago way too often lately. That is the downside of it. I love Chicago. I love the Bears tradition, but for some reason, that Bear tradition just doesn't show itself in prime time. They fall flat on their face. I even saw Brian Urlacher in the box. He didn't come down on the field. He recently retired, but 3 years ago, it could be about 4 years ago now. I don't know. But yes, he's glad he's in the box. But the Bears need help offensively, and they still need helps in the secondary. Because, they just need help in the secondary. Yet the Bears they just don't have that it right now. I think, again, Trubisky, settle down, learn your craft as best as possible. You are a pro. You are a pro now. You're no longer a college player. You just can't wing the ball and throw it. He has a great arm. But he just has to become a higher elite NFL quarterback. I still think he is a upper elite quarterback. But now it comes down to reading your keys and making sound decisions on a regular basis. Because if he struggles this year, if Trubisky struggles this year, it's really going to be a nightmare next year. I don't even want to project that. It's only the first game. I'm not going to go there. He's a great talent. But it was, again, I'm a big Bears supporter. But I'm also a big supporter of talent. And recognizing that Aaron Rodgers still got it. And yes, I'm calling it now. That Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP of the NFC this year, 2019. He just seems so relaxed by the end, and particularly in the post sessions, the interviews. He was relaxed. He got that first monkey off his back about trying to carry the team. He realized now he doesn't have to carry the team. He's going to get a chance again and again to make things happen, to win this year, because he has a phenomenal defense, and he just got to get used to his offensive players. He's got to get used to the wide receivers on this team. Davante Adams, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal wide receiver. He's going to connect on a regular basis to Davante. And as well as another wide receiver truly has to step up big time. It can't always fall on Davante Adams' shoulder. So someone else will have to step up clearly in the wide receiver area to help out Rodgers. And I would like to see Aaron Jones to step up as a running back as well. Again, they got capable and very capable players offensively to help out Aaron Rodgers. But right now, that was a big time win in Chicago with everything going against you. It was like everybody, and even the entire crew on NBC picked the Bears. Mike Tirico picked. Yes, Mike Tirico picked the Packers. Everybody else picked the Bears. And yet Mike Tirico picked the Packers. And I'm sticking with the Packers this year. Football 101 is out there. I'm picking the Packers this year to win the NFC Central. And yes, be in the NFC Championship game this year. I'm not going to predict who they're going to go against. But I think already the Packers will be there because of their defense and of course Mr. Rodgers. It's going to be like that. Get used to it. And again, Aaron Rodgers, he's his own man. He strives to be different. And he knows he's always living under the legend, the aura of Brett Favre, and the Green Bay tradition. And matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers, he's a West Coast guy. He just puts up with the Green. He likes it, but he puts up with it. You know, Aaron Rodgers is really he's an alternative type of guy, but he fits the mentality of Green Bay, just like always fighting to be recognized, to be the superstar. And he had to wait for his time in Green Bay, as we all know, to sit the bench while Brett Favre did his thing. So now I think it's time for Aaron Rodgers to get his due again, and just look for Aaron Rodgers to elevate even more this year. And I quite frankly felt sorry for him for the past 2 or 3 years, because it just looked like a nightmare in Green Bay that he was getting beat up all the time, but he continued to persist, particularly the past 3 years. So I just think this is almost about time for Aaron Rodgers to elevate, to be elevated again in his game and his play, and watch for great things for the Green Bay Packers. I would be surprised if they're not there, quite frankly. I'd be surprised. So there you go. This is Football 101. This is the Beetle coming out with a major prediction. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP. If you want any comments, if you want to comment back, if you want to challenge me, please do at EJB8892@gmail.com. That's EJB8892@gmail.com. I want to thank all our listeners. We still grooving with Football 101, and we telling it like it is, from real football talk from a real football player. Yeah, that's me, the Beetle, back in the day. So thank you for your time, and still always listen to I'll get it out, to Football 101.